Alright, first you want to check to make sure the weapon's clear, and then open it up, pull your bolt out, and you want to take this rear roll pin out, hitting it with a punch. It'll fall out like that. Leave your punch in there. Put pressure on the striker pin. Pull your punch out. And let that striker pin come out. Kind of work the spring out with it. And then take a small screwdriver, kind of lay it up against the extractor claw, and bring it back against the plunger. Press back on the plunger, and at the same time try and pull that extractor claw out, and let the plunger fall out. And then you can let that firing pin will fall back into this area, and depending on which run of these you have, some of them have a washer that's been pressed into the back, so your firing pin will not come all the way out. Some of them they will. Most of them get stopped right here, and then you'll have to use either your screwdriver or your punch to just kind of lightly get it past that lip so it'll fall out. Comes out that way. And then to replace it, what you want to do is, like I said before, depending on which model, you can either drop it straight through. This one has the washer, so it stopped. So you'll have to find, when you look through this area here, you can see that the striker pin hole is offset a little bit. There's more metal on this side than there is on this side. You want to bring it in onto the side that doesn't have as much metal, like this. Get your punch, and then it'll want to rest like that on the hole. Just lay your punch like this, slide it on down, and just kind of tap it in until it wants to fall into that spot. When it fell down in there, let it fall all the way through until you can see it coming out the end. I don't even know if I can. Coming out the end. And then you want to look through your extractor claw notch here, and take your punch and make sure that you have the cutaway part of the firing pin facing up towards you. You'll see how it'll all line up in there, and then you'll want that cutaway notch area facing up towards you. And you'll reinsert your plunger spring, and the easiest way, the plunger spring is slanted. The easiest way is to put the long side towards you and out away from the bolt. Slide it back in there. Take your extractor claw, hold your thumb here, and with down pressure on your thumb, push the extractor claw back into its slot. Then take your striker pin and spring, and you have your hole there, so you want to make sure that that cutaway notch will line up with that hole when you insert it into the piece, because your pin has to hold it in. So insert that, and then kind of eye that line, press the striker pin all the way in flush with the bolt, and just use your punch as a guide to make sure that the hole's free, and then insert your roll pin back in there. Just drive that roll pin home until it hits the upper side of the bolt there, and then just hit it flush with the lower cut on the top of the bolt. And then look underneath, make sure you want it flush on the underside. You don't have anything catching on your trigger. And that's it. That's how you pull it out and replace it. Firing pin PPS43.